Nggak, nggak usah, saudara-saudara nggak usah masuk Kristen. Di Kristen aja banyak penipu. Di Kristen saja banyak sekali yang menyakitkan hati saya.
Qur'an revealed a scientific miracle about the ocean over 1400 years ago, something that science only just discovered recently. In the Qur'an, chapter 25:53, it says, "And it is he who released two seas, one fresh and sweet, one salty and bitter, and placed between them a barrier that cannot be crossed." But here's the amazing part. Scientists only just discovered that when fresh and salt water meet, they don't mix. There's an invisible barrier between them that keeps them separate called halocline, which forms between them due to differences in chemical composition, density, and temperature. This would be impossible for someone without modern technology to know. But the Quran describes it perfectly. Is this proof that the Quran is the word of God?
Imagine a book written in no particular order with its sentences revealed at different times over 23 years, yet coming together in perfect harmony, forming a coherent whole without a single contradiction. Now imagine this book is also filled with numerical miracles. The word day appears 365 times, the word month appears 12 times, the word week appears 52 times. Opposite concepts appear the same amount of times, like life and death each appearing 145 times. Angel and devil are mentioned 88 times each. World and hereafter are mentioned 115 times each. The phrase seven heavens is mentioned 7 times, and sea and land are referenced 32 and 13 times respectively, matching the Earth's ratio of land to water at 71%. Now imagine the person who conveyed this book wasn't the author but the publisher, an illiterate man unable to read or write, who lived over 1400 years ago. This book also describes scientific phenomena that would only be discovered centuries later, like the expansion of the universe or the intricate stages of embryonic development, the moon reflecting light instead of producing it, and the mountains which act as pegs in the earth stabilizing it. It speaks of the phenomenon of an invisible barrier between two different bodies of water never mixing. This book also foretold future and historical events with precision. The preservation of Pharaoh's body as a sign for future generations, and the victory of the Romans over the Persians, predicted when the odds were overwhelmingly against them in Surat Ar-Rum. And perhaps the most astounding fact, this book has remained entirely unchanged, letter for letter, word for word for over 1400 years. Would you call this impossible, or would you recognize it as a miracle?
A numerical phenomenon and the golden ratio in the entire Quran that makes my mind blown about it. Every chapter of the Quran has two mathematical values, which is the order number and the verse number. When the order number and the verse number added together, it form a total numerical value of the chapter. In numerical values of all the chapters, some numbers are repeated, while others are unique and don't repeat themselves. The sum of the chapter values that are repeated is 7,906, and the sum of the chapter values that are unique is 4,885. When 7,906 divided by 4,885, the result is 1.618. The golden ratio of 1.618 is considered an irrational number, meaning it has an infinite number of non-repeating digits, especially after its decimal point, and cannot be precisely counted. Now let's turn that to chapter 16:18. In this chapter, it is stated, "For where you count the favors of Allah, you will not be able to count them." Next is the scientific phenomenon in the entire Quran, and this is all about the celestial bodies. A verse that is stated in Arabic, وَهُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ, meaning created the sun and moon day and night, each one traveling in an orbit. And here's the mind-blowing concept. There is a hidden palindrome sentence, especially the context of this verse, like a secret code. So when we're talking about palindrome, it is a word or number that is same spelled backwards and forwards. Like for example, the word mom or dad. Same spelling forwards and backwards. That's palindrome. Now, can you ever make a palindrome out of a sentence and not a word? That's difficult, of course. Now, this is the last 4 words on the verse about the celestial bodies. Kulun fi falaki yasbahun. Now, in English translation, every celestial body is in orbit. By splitting this Arabic 3 words, and that is letter by letter, so the first letter is kaf, goes to lam, then fa, then ya, then fa again, then lam, then again kaf. Forwards and backwards, same. So let's connect it forwards and backwards, so it would look like this. It's like orbiting in a verse connection to every celestial body is in orbit. Just like these letters, orbiting what's around the middle letter. And this is the reason why even jinns and humans combined to produce this kind of book or context, it would be impossible. Quran holds incredible numerical structures and even miracles that includes the patterns and counts, precise, intricate, and seem beyond coincidence. Quran also contains a pattern around the number 19. The phrase Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim has this exact 19 letters in Arabic with its 114 chapters, or that's 19 times 6, and that is equals to 114 chapters, or what we call numerical patterns. This gives us a glimpse of divine structure. A divine wisdom meets precise patterns. Assalamu alaikum. The colorful mountains in Quran. Quran 35:27 stated that mountains with streaks of white, red, and black. A colorful mountain that is so rare. Geologists have found such brilliant landscapes like the Vanikanka in Peru, known for its striking colors. How could this be written 1,400 years ago that describes something so accurately that modern science is only now discovering? Could Quran a prediction guide of our future? Quran descriptions raises intriguing questions about knowledge and foresight, and this was the verse I was talking about.